race fans, and welcome once again to the Last Night's Racing League. Here we are, Season 2, round number 11 here at Michigan International Speedway. And they're getting very close to the end of practice here, and boy, they got a good night out there for racing tonight, folks. Air temperature 71 degrees, winds 5 miles an hour, track temperature 99 degrees. As always, we'd like you to thank you for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hey, click that notification bell when you want to know when we're live. Now, they're running a 70% field tonight here in Michigan. Only have the one faster pair, and they have 3 total sets of tires, the one they start with, and 2 additional sets. One green-white checker attempt for 90 laps here at this 2-mile facility. And we only have about a couple of minutes left here before we go to qualifying. And of course, we always want to give a shout out to our sponsors and thank them for their support. That would be McConey Setup Shop, Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing, and Monster Tech, simulation design made in Germany. Let's head on down to the track here. Let's see who we can lock in on here. It looks like that, I believe that's Sean McLaughlin out there. Yeah, I'm glad to see him back. He wasn't here last week. He's back on track here tonight. Team Shilota. They were running good out there last week, that's for sure. Currently 4th fastest there. Let's see who else is out there. I think, well, he's not on track right now. Jad Khalif is on track, I believe. There he is in the green and white 22 machine. Currently 9th fastest. Right, best time of 40.147. Right in front of him, that's the 8 of Gerald Space. Gerald also had a good week last week. Currently 12th fastest. Michigan's a pretty fun track to get around here, that's for sure. Let's see who else is on the track right now. Now there's a new driver here, Isaac Degener. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I'm gonna have to get some help with that one. But anyway, they're rolling over to the qualifying session here, and everybody's gonna head on out here. And of course, it's only one car at a time, or in this case, truck at a time. So we'll have to wait till they get out there and see who's on track here. I see some folks heading out now. I think Jad Khalif's heading out. He's on his way out already. Just leaving pit road. It's coming around now to start his hot lap, his first hot lap. As long as he doesn't spin or get in the grass or hit the walls or anything, he's good, and that lap will count. Now he is on his way. Nice and smooth off turn 2 there. Racing down the back stretch. He comes to the line. Let's see what his first time will be here. Looks like he'll start off 4th fastest so far with a 40.273. Let's lock in a couple of other drivers here. There's Ryan Ferraro. He's currently second fastest with a 40.133. Looks like he's probably on his second hot lap here, trying to improve on that second position, going for that pole position. Here he comes to the line. Let's see if he improves. And yes, he does. He improved, but then he got bumped as he improved, but he still went quicker, 40.076. So not a bad effort at all. And I think a lot of the guys, let's see, Gerald Space. Right now he's showing 11th fastest. And probably a lot of the guys that probably gone ahead and qualified now because everybody came out on the track at the same time. And as they're winding up qualifying here, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Hey, you're watching the Last Night's Racing League Season 2, round number 11 here on Rice Motorsports TV.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker, the future is feeling.
Okay, we're back and waiting for the qualifying session to wind up here. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to go ahead and pause for a moment for our national anthem. All right, the trucks are lining up on the grid, and as they are coming out, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup here. On the pole, we have Kevin Mahoney Jr. Starting off in first position. Dakota Moniz starting second. And in third place, we have A.J. Green. Fourth is Adam Elshire. Fifth is Austin Halsey. Sixth is David Bonnet. Seventh is Greg Moore. Sean McLaughlin's in the eighth position. And ninth, we have Ryan Ferraro. Rounding out the top 10 will be Lance Hill. Then in 11th, we have Jad Khalif. 12th will be Travis Eccles. 13th will be Gerald Space. 14th, Jesse Thornock. 15th will be Isaac Dengenaire. Somebody's going to have to help me with that. I've got to go talk to somebody and get the pronunciation right on his name. My apologies there, Isaac. And then Charles Roberson in the final starting position of 16th. And the trucks are rolling off now. ready for 90 laps of action here tonight. And you can hear Kevin Mahoney already working on that fuel, trying to save fuel already, cruising down that back stretch, putting that clutch in. A lot of times they have a very good chance of being a fuel mileage race with this particular group here. They go a long ways without a caution. Here we go. Going into turns 3 and 4. Pace car heads down on the pit road, waiting for that green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
And we got the green, and we're racing here at Michigan International Speedway. Mahoney gets a good jump there. AJ Green, he's going to be trying to close in as soon as possible here. But he's already jumped up to a 3/10, almost a 4/10 of a second lead on Green as they rock it down the backstretch. Pull in very close now to that 66 machine. He's not going to waste any time whatsoever going to the front. Now it'll be interesting to see because AJ he's pretty aggressive and he will right out there 100% right from the get-go, and we'll see how his tires hold up. There's Dakota Moniz and Adam Elshire there in 11, 75 right there underneath them there. Now who is that 75? Okay, that's David Bonnet. He's number 51. But number 75. Trayton Pates must be acting up a little bit because that happened in another big broadcast. There was one driver who had his number is actually 51, but he's showing something else. He's showing number 75 there, but we'll have to remember that. That's David Bonnet there. Sean McLaughlin there running in that 6th position. Still have the top 5 right there in front of him. And they're making their way now into turns 1 and 2. Now this group, they're starting to break out a little bit, and then back to 7th place. That would be Greg Moore, more or less leading that group. He's got a bit of a gap himself on the 44. Lance Hill, he's battling there with the 12. Ryan Ferraro trying to make that move down on the inside. And they're still going side by side there. Ferraro can't quite get that position just yet. There's Travis Eccles right there behind them. They're a tight group rolling along there. Now the 44, he's got a little bit of space now between him and Ferraro and Eccles. He's right there on the high side. Not letting Ryan Ferraro know that he is there for sure. Let's look a little further back. There's Jad Khalif there running in the 12th spot. He's got Gerald Space, Jesse Thornock, and Austin Halsey right there behind him. And there's Austin Halsey. That's interesting. Larson Line Motorsports now, this is like something I've noticed. This is something they tend to do. You'll look at we'll see the teams are color coded there, and Larson Line Motorsports have that lavender color there, and you can see where a couple of them are near the back of the field. Ferraro's about mid-pack, and then Moniz is up there at the front, and it seems like they always seem to start out dispersed throughout the field, and we will see if they end up all together, or at least 2 or 3 of them up near the front as this race goes on. And everybody's really close together now. There's Kevin Mahoney. AJ Green, he rocketed to the front, but he has not gotten away from Kevin Mahoney and company. You know, sometimes you go out there and you really burn up those good years getting out to the front, and he's out there, but it'll remain to be seen what happens. And look like we got Mahoney. He's blinking a bit, so let's go on board with Adam Ailshire. You know, I've been hearing some folks say that what do they call it? That phenomenon where it'll make a car spin out. Oh man, I'm having a brain fart. I cannot remember that. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Everybody, all the racers, they know what it is. Netcode. There we go. Netcode. They've been having a lot of problems with netcode here recently, and so hopefully we won't see too much of that here tonight. But you know, in the last few broadcasts, I have been seeing a lot of folks blinking here and there. Not a whole lot at one time, but each race you'll see 1 or 2 folks are having some connection issues, and sometimes you wonder, is it the driver or is it the server, or what could it be? And I give a shout out to the folks in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. You know, Barbara, she's cheering on Team Sirota there. Yeah, Barbara, I adjusted my volume there. I hope you can hear my voice a little better there. AJ Green still leading, but only by just barely, not even 0.2 of a second. And now Adam Ailshire has moved up to the 2nd position. Kevin Mahoney Jr. has fallen all the way back to 6th position. Good to see Adam Ailshire running up there to the front now. Right behind him is the 5 truck of Dakota Moniz. And David Bonnet, no, I thought I saw Sean McLaughlin there. He must have got out of it. Truck might have got away from him a little bit, but he was right behind David Bonnet, and he had to get out of the gas, and then Jad Khalif managed to get around him. So now he's back to the 6th position. I'm sorry, that's not Jad Khalif. That's that was I think that was Kevin Mahoney actually, and now Greg Moore is moving down to the inside of him, that 10 truck. So that's going to put him back to the 7th position at the moment. Greg Moore now closing in on David Bonnet. And that's Kevin Mahoney down on the inside. Bonnet moves down behind the 66 truck. Meanwhile, up the front, AJ Green, he continues to lead. Adam Ailshire's right there in his wake. And it looks like he's holding on to that 48 truck pretty good. I don't think AJ is going to get away from him anytime soon. unless he starts tires start going away. But that gap is now it is a 0.26 seconds. Just started lap number 14 of 90. Well, look back here, folks. We got 3 wide going on back here. David Bonnet on the high side. That was Greg Moore inside in the 44. Lance Hill. Hill tried to see if he could go by the 10. Couldn't quite make it. So now he's back up there. He's in 7th. He dropped back in behind the 10. And now Sean McLaughlin's making a move on the inside. Make the move on the inside to take that 7th position from her. At least he's trying to. And they come down to the line here. McLaughlin see if he can beat him to the corner. And he slides up in front of the 44, but it's kind of an over-under deal. Here comes the 44 down on the inside as they go down the backstretch. Good racing throughout the field here. Now the 44 is going to try to come back on the inside, see if he can pass the 28. He will put him right back up to that 7th position. And boy, Sean, he's not done yet. He is battling them right down to the line. Let's ride on board here with Lance Hill for a moment. Take that the 7th position from her. At least he's trying to. And they come down to. And now he's actually dropped back to that 9th position. Meanwhile, up the front, A.J. Green continues to lead. Now he has stretched it out, just about getting 3/10 still. Adam Elshar's hanging in there. It's fluctuating between 0.23 and 27 seconds. Hasn't quite lost touch with the 48 just yet. And Kevin Mahoney's trying to work himself back up there once again. He had fallen back quite a ways there. Now trying to get back in touch with the 2 leaders. He's got Dakota Moniz still there behind him. Oh, he almost, I think he went around the 11, Adam Elshire. Now I don't know if Elshire had to lift to avoid going into the wall, because they looked like they were very close to that outside wall. And that did put him up to the 2nd position. Dakota Moniz also coming along with him. And Adam Elshire is behind Moniz there in the 4th spot. Doesn't look like he has any damage or anything. But he's got Greg Moore right on his tail. Now Greg Moore is actually making a move inside the 11. Guys are duking it out here, and Kevin Mahoney Jr. has worked his way back up to the 2nd position. He's been battling there, him and Dakota Moniz. Now, you saw where they went by Adam Elshire, but they've kind of lost touch with the 48 there. They're a little over half a second behind the 48. There he is right there. That's what about a half a second looks like. A little bit further back in the pack, there's David Bonnet. He's the number 51, but he's driving that 75 truck tonight. I'm going to try to see if I can reload trading paints here. Oh, sorry there, folks. And see if I can get that over there. And we'll see if those paints will reload. Because sometimes trading paints does act up a little bit. Now, yeah, you saw his car turn white. And the 75 came back, so I don't know if maybe he actually changed his number and it just isn't changed in the league settings, because the league has to assign a number to a driver as well, and he might have changed the number that he's running, maybe because it looks like he's running a custom paint there, and so I don't know. So we did try. AJ Green running there, and then boy, there's Kevin Mahoney. He has closed up less than 0.2 of a second now, 0.15 that is, behind the 48 machine. So AJ Green definitely not running away with it by any stretch of the imagination. And boy, he's in a little trouble tonight because his only teammate out there tonight is Travis Eccles. Travis is back. Oh, did I just see Travis? Did he get in the wall? Let's see. He doesn't look like he has any damage there. Yeah, the front of that truck looks okay. He just got real close to the front. I mean, to the wall there. And but yeah, he's back in the 14th position. So AJ, he doesn't have any help there dealing with those guys up near the front. Greg Moore now in that 4th position. Now, who is that? AJ Green. Okay, starting green flag pit stops. Here they go. He's the first one in. Actually, a few more folks came in there with him. Green's coming in. Looks like Adam Ailshire also coming in, and then Lance Hill's coming in, the 44 truck. So far, those are the only 3 coming in. And this is lap 25. So let's try to remember that. And now that cycled Kevin Mahoney around, and here he comes. They all went one lap further. There he comes in, and Sean McLaughlin actually stayed out. And Dakota Moniz, he also came in there with Kevin Mahoney. Ryan Ferraro's in. David Bonnet's in. Jesse Thornock. I do not remember seeing Jesse Thornock. I don't even remember calling his name in the lineup. Did he get in here at the last minute? I swear I don't remember calling his name. Maybe I did. Yeah, I must. Well, yeah, because that's all 4 team members there. Okay, well, he's in. And let's see, Greg Moore, he's now your leader, but it looks like he's getting ready to come in, so he will relinquish the lead. And Sean McLaughlin's also coming in. That would hand it over to Gerald Space. He's also coming in. And the gentleman whose name, oh no, did he run out of fuel? He ran out of fuel. Isaac, I'm sorry, I don't know your last name there, sir, how to pronounce it. But he's going to struggle. Oh, boy, he is just going into turn 3. He pushed it a little too far. No engine sounds coming from that truck at all. Trying to coast his way around. Tough break for the 98 there. And, of course, he's going to start to lose some laps here as the field goes by. And there's Sean McLaughlin making his way out of pit road, followed by Greg Moore. Gerald Space also now making his way out. Everything is cycled around. AJ Green, he's back out now. He pitted on lap 24, and Kevin Mahoney and Dakota Moniz, Ryan Ferraro, they pitted on lap 25 along with Jad Khalif and David Bonnet, and everybody else pitted lap 26. See, Adam Ailshire also pitted with AJ Green on lap 24. And it was the three of them, AJ Green, Adam Ailshire, and Lance Hill. They're the ones that pitted on lap 24. It looks like Charles Roberson now, he was in the lineup, but he may not have started the race. And right now, AJ's got a healthy lead on Kevin Mahoney, 1.17 seconds. Back to the 66 truck there. And then he also has, he's got a whopping just about 4 seconds back to Adam Ailshire. There's Ailshire right there. And then behind him is Dakota Moniz, who's another second and a half, over a second and a half behind the 11. So you can see right there on the track map, everything's spread out pretty good now. Everybody's getting spaced out now. This is definitely becoming a fuel mileage war here. Who can stretch it the most? We saw what happened to the 98. He pushed it just one lap a little too far. And yeah, now let me give a shout out there to Robert Johnson in the chat. He wanted to know where he can find out information on this league. Well, just go to, when you go log on to iRacing and search for a league, just type in last night's racing league and go to the league directory tab. Now, I don't know if you're using the old interface or the new interface, but you can go that way, and you can also reach out to them on their Discord channel as well. And look at this battle right here. Oh, I'm sorry, where was I looking at? Jad Khalif. Boy, look at that battle right there. Lance Hill, Jad Khalif, and David Bonnet. They're all nose to tail. That's one of the closest battles on track right now. And that's Dakota Moniz back there on the high side, that 5 truck. Now they're racing along hard here. Let's look a little further up in the field here. There's Adam Ailshire. He's all by himself there in the 3rd position. He's got a nice little cushion there. Mahoney's 3 seconds ahead. Lance Hill and company, they're back there 4 seconds behind him. So he's very comfortably in the 3rd position. There's Kevin Mahoney up ahead of him. And right now he's 1.3 seconds behind AJ Green. Trying to hold on there. Oh, he's blinking. Yeah, he's blinking. Let's get off of him because he's blinking there quite a bit. But like I was saying earlier, there's always maybe 1 or 2 drivers. In every race that I've broadcast here recently, there's been at least 1 or 2 cars blinking quite a bit. It looks like David Bonnet, he's losing a little bit of ground to Hill and Khalif there. Chad Khalif trying to hold on to the 44 Lance Hill. Right on his bumper. It's almost like they're drafting at Daytona or Talladega there. Let's see, let's go up here. There's Sean McLaughlin. He's running in the 8th spot. And he's a little bit behind the guys we're just watching. And it looks like he's battling with Greg Moore there for that 8th position. We're now on lap 36, getting close to the halfway point here. I tell you, these guys, they really get around here, and they'll turn out a bunch of laps and can really make a race go by quick. It always seems like it turns into a fuel mileage race with them. You can't really hope for a caution, and yeah, I know the announcers curse and all of that and everything, but it still doesn't happen that often with this group here. Let's look back up the front here. There's Kevin Mahoney. Now that gap is now 1.25 seconds to Green. Green having a good run out here today. He needs a good finish. He hasn't been in, I don't think he's been in victory circle for a while now. So he definitely wants to get that truck up there in victory lane for sure. It looks like he's getting ready to put the 4 car of Austin Halsey a lap down, and Jesse Thornock. Let's see, and actually Halsey was already a lap down. He's about to go 2 laps down, and Jesse Thornock now is going 1 lap down. So wow, how fortunes can change. I mean, those guys were up there battling, and Jesse Thornock, he came out with that win, and now he is getting lapped. And I tell you, you can be up one week and down the next. But that's why we keep on racing, because on any given race day, you never know what's going to happen, how things are going to transpire. And they're running 13th and 14th. That's Halsey and Thornock. And then 9th and 10th is Dakota Moniz and Ryan Ferraro. Now Ferraro is about 3 seconds behind Moniz, and he's right there battling with Greg Moore in that 10 truck. And I think that's Sean McLaughlin right in front of them. Those 3 trucks right there. And there's his teammate Ryan Ferraro in the black and yellow truck there. Lance Hill running in the 6th position. He's in a comfortable spot right at the moment, but 4 seconds ahead of Sean McLaughlin. Sean McLaughlin, he's got Greg Moore all over him. Dakota Moniz, he lost a little bit of ground there. About 7/10 of a second behind Moore. Getting very close to the halfway mark now. AJ Green, he continues to lead. That gap is 1.37 seconds ahead of the 66 Kevin Mahoney Jr. He is a bit further back. And then a little bit further back there goes Adam Elshire in the 3rd position. Good run for Adam there tonight. I'm wondering how many folks took tires in that first stop, because they're very close now to the halfway point, and they only had 2 extra sets of tires to run on. So, and last time they went, so around lap 50 or 49, we're going to start seeing some more green flag pit stops. And boy, that'll leave another 40 laps. So, boy, that would be a long run, because the first one they only went like 24 laps. I think AJ Green went 24 laps on her first run before he came in to get fuel. And if he may not have gotten tires. We didn't look to see whether or not they were actually getting tires or not that time. But so far, so good. He's maintaining a 1-second gap there to Kevin Mahoney Jr. Kevin Mahoney, he's maintaining right about 1.1 seconds. Green did get out a nice gap between him, but it is definitely, for the moment anyway, has stabilized. I wonder, the number 98, I wonder if his name is like pronounced Dejaneir or something like that. And I hate not knowing how to pronounce someone's name. I'm definitely going to find that out before next week's race. And but I'm thinking it might be something like that. And then back to Jad Khalif. He's still battling there with the 51 David Bonnet. Now they've got Roberson. Okay, Roberson is there. He's 19 laps down. I wonder if he had a connection issue and couldn't get in the server. And when he finally, because sometimes that happens, folks will lose a connection, and when they finally get in, they're like many laps down. Because I don't recall seeing anyone crash anywhere in the race. I'm just scrolling back up now, looking through my reports, and I don't see any. I don't see any reports of anyone crashing or anything. So that, who knows, that might have been the case of what happened there. And they're continuing to race along. Let's go back to Sean McLaughlin and Greg Moore. They're battling along here. That's a lap car, Jesse Thornock in front of them at silver, or that chrome number 14. He'll stay to the high side as they go on by. Sean holding on to that 7th position so far. But you can see how far back they are. He is 5 seconds behind Lance Hill. Let's go to a widescreen shot here. You can see now there's where Sean is, and let's go up here. Lance Hill is way down there going into turn 3. Right there, he's almost a straightaway ahead of the 28 truck. Of course, now Lance Hill, he's not that far from Jad Khalif. Jad's right there battling David Bonnet. And then ahead of them, a good little ways ahead of them, is Adam Elshire, still comfortably in that 3rd spot. He's having a pretty quiet race, but you know, sometimes quiet is good. And picking up some valuable points there. And so good to see him having a good race out there today. And of course, Kevin Mahoney's in that 2nd position. That gap is now, folks. I think AJ has turned up the wick here a little bit. Gap is at 2 seconds. He's now 2 seconds behind the 48 truck. And they're a few laps past the halfway point. We're on lap 49, and So that'll be interesting to see. This was about the time when AJ came in last time. This is about another just over another 24 laps. There's about 25 laps this time. He's continuing on. Or is he? Is he okay? There he is. He's coming in. So this is green flag stop number 2 for the 48 machine. You can almost expect Mahoney to come in the next time around. And boy, they're going to have 40 laps to go the next time. I mean, they're probably going to have, I'm thinking they're going to have to stop at least 2 more times. See, Adam Elshire's right there behind him as well. He's down and away. Oh, he got away from him a little bit as he comes out of the pits, got into the grass. Elshire also away. See, there, David. Let's see, David Bonnet. He's down on pit road. And Dakota Moniz, folks are starting to cycle around now. He's showing 4th. Jad Khalifa is your leader right now. Just about everybody went 1 more lap, or either 1 or 2 more laps further than AJ Green did. Now here comes Jad Khalifa. So that will hand the lead to Sean McLaughlin. Currently showing in 2nd. He's about to cross the line here. As you see other trucks coming down pit road, so he moves into the lead. Him and Greg Moore, now they're actually teammates, Team Shavoda. And the other team, one of their other teammates, Gerald Space, he's now in 3rd. He's a ways back though. Space is about 11 seconds back from McLaughlin. They're making their way down the backstretch. Let's see if they come into pit this time, going into turn 3. That's David Bonnet right in front of them. And Bonnet is, right now, he's on the tail end of the lead lap. And I think McLaughlin, yep, here comes McLaughlin, making his way down pit road. And that will hand the lead off to Greg Moore. Greg Moore, now, the last time he stopped, he actually stopped, let's see, on lap 26. And so he went 2 laps further than the leader, previous leader AJ Green did last time around. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that works out. And now he's coming in. Of course, you know everything's going to cycle around, and that'll put Travis back to the top once again. Now he's on pit road, and so that has Kevin Mahoney. And actually Mahoney, because AJ Green had that little bobble, I think Mahoney must have got past him, because Green's now in 3rd. Mahoney's in 2nd, but he's going to inherit 1st place now that the leader, Greg Moore, is on pit road. Here they are now coming out of turn 4. And he moves into the 1st position with AJ Green right behind him, about half a second behind him. And we're at lap 54. So yeah, it's I don't know if it stays green. There may be it may not be the winner you may think it's going to be out here right now, because unless AJ Green starts getting some better fuel mileage and stringing out, getting a couple of more laps of fuel out of that 48 truck, you know, he might be at the mercy of these guys going a little deeper in their run, or able to go a little deeper just by the way that the fuel runs are timing out here. And of course, having a caution, that would just blow everything out the water. Then it wouldn't really be an issue. Everybody comes in and gets fuel and tires. Probably have to come in one more time, but then everybody's pretty much on the same page, and then we're just like starting the race all over again. And that might not be a totally bad thing for AJ Green, because right at the beginning of the race, he made his way to the front and kind of just ran away with it from that point. So it kind of depends on how many laps they click off before they have to hit their next fuel window. And he is closing in now on Mahoney. Now only 0.2 of a second. He is closing in very quickly. He might even get him coming to the start-finish line this time around. Let's see what happens here. Making their way through turns 3 and 4. Is he going to take a look on the inside? He's trying to get there. He's probably going to get him going into turn 1. And he moves to the lead once again here on lap 57, AJ Green. But all the while, knowing that Mahoney can go one more lap farther than him. And it might be that it'll work out that the fuel window, if they keep cycling through the way they're doing, he might come out of that last fuel window have enough laps where he once again, especially it probably was a good thing that he got ahead of Kevin Mahoney Jr. There's Austin Halsey, Jad Khalif. Or Halsey anyway, getting a lap back. Khalif, he was already on the lead lap. In fact, Jad Khalif is now your leader. He rocketed up there. I was thinking maybe he was almost a lap down. He is your new leader, Jad Khalif. I have not seen. I can't remember the last time I saw him rocket past AJ Green. AJ Green now in that second position. Jad Khalif, he's going to move up in front of him there. So now he's battling the 22 and got the 66 behind him. And Khalif is actually pulled out to a 0.4 of a second lead on the 48. Now Jad Khalif, he pitted on lap 51 and see, AJ Green, he pitted on lap 49. Kevin Mahoney pitted on lap 50. And Jad Khalif pitted on lap 51. So he actually, last time around, he went 2 laps further than the 48. Now, can he do that going at this pace? Now, I don't know if he's going a little faster now and not saving as much fuel or what. Maybe it may be AJ Green who's going into fuel-saving mode. He might have backed it off a little bit here. You know, we could do, let's see. I'm going to look and see if I've got let's take our lap time history here and see and pull that up. And let's move his driver picture out the way. Now, lap 56, he was 41.7, 42, 42, 41, 41.6. And Bonnet right behind him in third has been quicker than him at every single lap of the last 5 laps. And so, I don't know, AJ Green in a little bit of trouble. He might just be throttling it back. Maybe folks try going into fuel conservation mode. That could explain it, because it seems like everybody's starting to catch him now, and he's seeing that these folks are getting 1 and 2 laps further fuel mileage than he is. Let's compare his times to Jad Khalif. Now Khalifi's definitely out the front there, ahead of Green. Khalifa in the lead. In the last 5 laps, he's clearly quicker than AJ on those last 5 laps. Let's see what happened when they crossed the line, lap 62. 62, 7 hundredths of a second. That was Green and Bonnet. Let's go back to, yeah, it's only going to show the one right directly in front of him. So we'll just put it back to the regular layout here. But now AJ Green now back to the 3rd position, and there's Kevin Mahoney. He's 0.6 of a second behind AJ. Now lap 64 of 90, and boy, these laps are winding down, folks. Jad Khalifa is your leader, and he's got Austin Halsey, who is on the tail end of the lead lap right there in front of him. He doesn't seem to be trying to pass the Ford truck at all. He may be drafting off of him and just using him to maybe try to get some a little bit better fuel mileage here. Which probably would not be a bad thing to do. But David Bonnet is now in the 2nd position. Green now back to 3rd. And it seems as if he's really backing down there. He's losing a little bit more time. And I kind of think that's what Jad Khalifa is doing. I think he's using the 4 for drafting and trying to save as much fuel as he can, because he already went 2 laps further, and now 25 laps remaining here. Let's see who's okay, Roberson, he's going down pit road. This is the 2nd time he's been on pit road. There's David Bonnet in the 2nd position. He's got Green. Green's about almost a second behind him now. He had gotten by AJ Green, and now he is 1.02 seconds behind the 51. Oh, let's see. I thought I saw him might have had a little wiggle there. I'm not sure, but he's continuing on. Still has that nice gap. Kevin Mahoney Jr., he's back there in 4th. It kind of seems like him and AJ have backed off a bit. Yeah, he also, because he pitted 1 lap further later than AJ Green did. So there may be some folks in here, Gerald Space on pit road. There may be some folks here playing some fuel mileage games here now. Oh, he had to use his fast repair. He got in the wall somewhere. Tires and fuel for the 8 truck. 23 laps to go, and this definitely should get him to the end of the race. So, okay, he's down and away, and let's see. Gerald Space, where is he right? He's 14th right now. He is 1 lap down. More folks coming in. There's Greg Moore making his way down. He's in his pit box. Sean McLaughlin right behind him. Travis Eccles, he's coming in. And Jad Khalifa, he's continuing on right there behind Austin Halsey. Halsey on the tail end. See, there they are. Let's look a little further back. There's AJ Green. He's now 5 seconds behind the leader. The question will be is has he saved enough fuel to try to come in, go a little further? Doesn't look like it. He's coming in now. So, boy, that was Kevin Mahoney Jr. locking up the brakes there, making sure he don't get a speeding penalty. Him and AJ Green are on pit road together. And boy, and Jad Khalif, he continues to lead here. 21 laps remaining. No matter when he stops now, he will definitely have the fuel to make it to the end. So he's already gone one lap further. And there he, oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought he was pulling in. He just went ahead. He's going to go down there now. I thought he was going to try to go by the 4. I'm not sure what happened there. Hope he's not rolling the dice. Let's listen to his truck here and see if he's he just passed pit exit. Oh, I see. That might have been why he jumped to the side, because Halsey's blinking there a little bit. He definitely doesn't need to run into that Ford truck. And he's going through turns 3 and 4. Is he going to stop this time around? It doesn't sound like it. He's keeping his foot in it. He's going another lap further. From 8th place, AJ Green on back. Everybody's at least one lap down or more. And he is going one more lap here. Really trying to push this thing here now. David Bonnet, he's running in that 2nd position. Good run there for David. And he last stopped on lap 50. Khalif stopped on 51, and Bonnet stopped on lap 50. Okay, Dakota Moniz, he's on pit road. He's the only one on pit road right now. Let's keep our eye on Jad Khalif here. Oh, let's see. He's coming down. I think he's just taking that low line, trying to go as quickly as he can. You can look on your track map and see, you can see where Khalif is on the backstretch, the number 1, and in turn 1 there you can see 8th place AJ Green. I'm sorry, 4th place. Where is 4th place at? Can't really see him right this minute, but 4th place is like 42 seconds. Wow, he's and that's there he is right there in front of Jad Khalif. He's just about to put. He's very close to putting AJ Green a lap down. Austin Halsey is tail end of the lead lap. AJ Green is in front of him. And I think that's Travis Eccles in that lighter colored truck there, but Eccles is already a lap down. And there goes Kevin Mahoney Jr. Now he's on the tail end of the lead lap. He just unlapped himself. So he probably should come in here. He is really trying to push this, but you know, he's pushing himself out of that fuel window. And what's happening now is those guys that he had a lap down, they're getting their lap back. So when he does stop, they're going to much better chance of catching him. They don't have to go around that entire lap to just get their lap back. They've got it while they're at speed, and he's almost putting himself at a disadvantage of staying out this far. David Bonnet's making his way down pit road. He couldn't go any further. And let's see, here he comes coming out of turn 4, and he's finally going to come in. And you can see where he's on pit road. And see, 2nd place, Green is 38 seconds behind right now. He's making his way down pit road. You can see on the track map, right in the middle of the backstretch, the gray number 2. That's AJ Green. He is on. He is coming around now. Let's see if Khalif can get the fuel in the truck. Will he be able to get back out there? He didn't even get tires, I don't believe. Here comes AJ Green. Green is coming down to the line. And Khalif is coming back out there. Green is about 8'7", 6'5". There he is right there at the top of the screen, that white truck. Jad Khalif is coming out. And there's AJ. Khalif's not going to be able to get up to speed in time as they go by, but he's right there. He's very close. I tell you, folks, he might, even though he could go further than them, when he had him a lap down, I think he probably should have pitted. And he might have had himself in a little bit better position because they've got so much momentum now. And he would have at least still had him a good number of seconds down if he had pitted a little sooner. He might have gone just a little. Don't want to second guess him, but I think he might have went a little deep into that fuel run. And he is in the third place position though. But boy, look at the gap, and he's 2.5 seconds behind the leaders. There he is, and there's Kevin Mahoney right there battling with AJ Green. Matter of fact, Mahoney looks like he's going to try to take that lead from AJ. They're going to be battling hard here. Jad Khalif, though, he does look like he'll have a chance to, if he can hold on there, he'll might get a podium there, currently in that third place position. And these guys are really going at it here. Mahoney's now in the lead, and now AJ Green's going to come back up under him as they go down the backstretch. Who knows? They may be trading places like this the rest of the race. And now here goes Mahoney. He's staying right behind him in that draft. And this time around, they both pitted on the same lap, lap 69. So their tires are exactly the same. If they got fuel, they're probably exact same fuel window now, same amount of fuel that well, maybe not necessarily the same amount of fuel, but they both obviously have enough to get to the end of the race. But whether or not Kevin Mahoney can do anything with AJ Green on equal tires, that's just like at the start of the race. And we saw AJ work his way to the front, and he started to just kind of pull ahead by a few tenths of a second. After a while, it was almost a second and then almost 2 seconds. So yeah, I think Kevin Mahoney Jr. is going to have his work cut out for him. A little further back, there's Jad Khalif now back in the third spot. He's over 5 seconds behind the leaders. He did a great job to get him, regardless of what happens. He did a great job to get himself up there into that top 3, that's for sure. A little further back, there's Adam Elshire, and a pretty darn quiet race for Adam all race long. He's still got that nice cushion between him and 4th and 6th, running in that 5th position. Dakota Moniz in that 4th spot. He's one of only one of the 4 teammates in the top 5 at the moment. Ryan Ferraro is back there in the 9th spot. And they're the only 2 on the lead lap. Austin Halsey and Jesse Thornock are both a lap down. And there's Sean McLaughlin. Boy, he's been battling with Greg Moore for quite a while. He's been holding on to that 7th position. And he has just been, let's see, they both pitted on lap 67. So they've got the same, their tires have the same amount of life in them. And boy, he's been having a good race as well. Good race with Greg Moore and trying to hold on to that position. I think he just lost it. He just lost it. Moore managed to get him around him, and who's that behind him? That's Ryan Ferraro. Ferraro may be trying to move up here, trying to get a run on McLaughlin as they go through turns. I think that's turns 3 and 4. I'm sorry, 1 and 2. Let's spread out here, see where they are. No, I was correct. That was 3 and 4 that they went in. Now they're going into turns 1 and 2. Sean McLaughlin trying to hold on. Ryan Ferraro doing his best trying to get by. Can't quite make the move just yet. Meanwhile, up the front, Kevin Mahoney Jr., he is, right now, he's kind of hanging in there with A.J. Green, 0.2 of a second. With 7 to go, you see it, like I was saying, the way those pit stops cycled out. And, and I may be wrong. I mean, if I had been Jad Khalif, the minute I got him a lap down, I think I would have pitted the very next lap, knowing that I'd gotten past him and he was already a lap down. The minute he pitted, I would have pitted the very next lap to offset that, because obviously his pit stop delta, he's slowing down and you're gaining more distance. So then when you come in and pit, even though you're slowing down, he still has to make up that distance he lost on his pit stop delta. That's the time from when you enter the pit, get your pit stop, and get your tires of fuel, and get an exit pit road. When you hit the pit exit, that entire time on pit stop, that's your pit stop delta. And so yeah, that's what I would have done, because the longer you stay out there, then you're kind of just starting to lose your advantage. And the way he was going, he probably would have ended up in third anyway, worst case scenario. But still a good run by everybody. 5 laps remaining now. A.J. Green, he's starting to regain control of this race here. Mahoney's blinking there a bit, but Green is definitely starting to pull away now. Almost 0.3 of a second ahead of the 66. And so far, anyway, up to this point in the race, on equal tires, AJ has been able to get the better of Kevin there on the long run. And of course, we knock on wood, folks, they've gone caution free. And I've seen them do it before, and it has all the makings of it happening here tonight as well. So a lot of good racing throughout the field. Let's look a little further back in the field. Now, Jad Khalif, he has lost a position to Dakota Moniz, which is interesting because Moniz, he pitted on lap 71, and Jad Khalif pitted on lap 75. But, I don't believe, now, Khalif, I don't think he took tires, and who knows, Dakota Moniz may have. So it might have been the tires giving up on him a little bit, so he's starting to slide back a little bit. But, so now Dakota's got himself on the podium as of right now, a nice cushion. 2 seconds, let's see, he's, excuse me, he's a good 6 or so seconds behind Mahoney, and over 3 seconds ahead of Jad Khalif. Let's look at Mahoney here. Yeah, he's about 0.3 now behind the 48 truck. And I know he's going to try to catch him, but they're both pretty darn equal in their corner entry and exit, and just making good time. And in fact, AJ obviously is just edging him out just a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's look at the, let's see. Let's look at the lap comparison here. 2 to go here. You can see where A.J. Green has been, of the last 5 laps, he has been faster 4 out of those last 5 laps. So, yeah, he's getting it done, definitely getting it done here tonight at Michigan. And here they come now, and it's going to be white flag as he crosses the line. A.J. Green, we're now on the final lap. This is the last time Kevin's going to get a chance to try to do something. He's still he's 0.2 of a second behind. Can he get close enough to make any kind of a move on A.J. Green? I don't think so, folks. That gap is holding steady. Austin Halsey, he's a lap down, watching everything happen in front of him. AJ is managing that gap, maintaining that gap. Kevin's trying, but it's not going to go tonight. It's going to go the way of AJ Green. He is going to take the checkered flag. He is going to be your winner here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. AJ Green, your winner, folks. Time to do a few donuts here. Burn them down. Okay, let's go ahead and get them all up here and onto the in the winner's circle here. Let's scroll on down here. We're trying to see if we can find everybody. Got to get Green with Mahoney and Moniz in there. Let's see. There's Dakota. We'll move him up to victory lane there. There's the. Oh, I'm sorry. I grabbed the wrong driver. Got to get Dakota here. Put Dakota up there. There we go. There's Kevin. There's Mahoney right there. We'll put him up. Okay, he's already in there. We just got to get AJ Green in there. There he is. And we'll move him on up now. And victory lane, and now we'll head on down there with him in victory lane. Okay, folks, we're down here in victory lane with our top three: AJ Green, Kevin Mahoney Jr., and Dakota Moniz. Hey, AJ, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Hey, man, good racing out there tonight, and man, you got. I think the fuel mileage kind of worked out for you there, didn't it?
Yeah, the strategy with taking tires on the first and last stop really helped with that. The whole fuel thing, and I tried to make it 25 lap intervals, and I think I could make it then, and I did.
Yeah, I started thinking about that, knowing you only had the 2 extra sets, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're going to have to skip a stint here, with tires and stuff. I was wondering if you took tires on the first one or not, so you did take tires on the first green flag stop.
Yes.
10-4, man. Well, yeah, good strategy, and it worked out good for you for a minute there, because I saw Jad Khalif lap you, and you still hadn't stopped that second time, and I was like, oh boy. And did you think your strategy might not work, being as he actually got ahead of you, and before you even came in to pit that second time?
I had a little doubts, but I knew in the back of my head that he didn't have any tire sets left, Jed. Mm-hmm. And I knew that the second I pit for tires and fuel, I would pretty much be game over.
Right, 10-4, yeah, because and plus he did stay out a little longer too, and you guys got your lap back and kept on going there and stuff. But yeah, congratulations, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to you?
Yeah, shout out to my parents. They've been watching. Shout out to my teammates, Travis. And then, yeah, also shout out to the sponsors and Austin Halsey. Just saying, I'm the best. Remember that.
And get that interleague rivalry, keep that going. Yeah, 10-4, man. Yeah, we'll so congratulations, and we'll see what you guys do next time next week.
Thank you.
All right, now, hey Dakota, you got a copy there. I'm sorry, Dakota. Let me jump to Kevin, the second place finisher first.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, you got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, man. Boy, I tell you, you really tried there and just couldn't quite catch him. Do you think it was the tires? Or it seemed like you guys are fairly close, the lines you were running and stuff. But, man, he got that 2/10 of a second gap, and it was just like you just couldn't get any closer than that.
We ended up on the same strategy kind of unintentionally, take tires in the first stop and then the last stop. And after the second stop, I was a little too loose trying to stay ahead of them. And then after the last stop, just didn't have enough right front or aero push or something, just couldn't quite get to them. So
Right. Man, but still good run for you, and all your strategies, everything worked out good for you. And anybody want to give a shout out to him?
yeah, we got our spot, butt kicker, monster tech, Coney setup shops, and the whole league here, and all these guys are fun to drive with.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week. Okay, hey, Dakota, you got a copy there?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, man. Hey, good run, man. I tell you, and boy, it was. I was wondering if maybe your teammates would get in there. Did they get in there? Did they start late? Was Jesse actually in at the start? I'm trying.
Yeah, Jesse got in there while we were qualifying. He just didn't put a lap down.
They didn't put a lap. Okay, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I was trying to remember whether or not I called their names during the lining, the showing the starting grid, and because you guys were spread out there and couldn't quite get all of you together there, but. Anyway, still got a couple of you in the top 10 there, so not too bad a night for points for the team.
Yeah, no, not bad at all. I kind of had the opposite strategy of the leaders. I did take tires on the first stop and save my last two sets, hoping I could make up the ground, but we were able to come away with a third place finish, so I'm pretty happy with it.
10-4, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Just a shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to you for doing this every week for us, and yeah, just shout out to my teammates as well. It's been fun this season.
Yeah, man, you guys been putting on some great races, man. Another flag to flag race, caution free. And
yes, sir.
I tell you, man, that's how to do it. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, appreciate it, Tony.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your work, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, and good luck next week, and we'll see what happens.
All right, I appreciate it, Tony.
All right, now see you.
All right.
Okay, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Let's go ahead and pull up the finishing results here and get those up on the screen for you. Your winner, AJ Green, comes in first place there. Kevin Mahoney Jr. second. Dakota Moniz third. Adam Ailshire fourth. Jad Khalif fifth. Lance Hill sixth. Greg Moore seventh. Ryan Ferraro eighth. Sean McLaughlin ninth. David Bonnet rounds out the top 10. Then we have Gerald Space 11th. Austin Halsey 12th. Travis Eccles 13th. Jesse Thornock 14th. Isaac Degenaire, I'm gonna find your name, get the right pronunciation there, sir. And he came in 15th, and Charles Roberson in the 16th position. And as always, we appreciate you joining us here for the last night's racing league. And I tell you, boy, it's always been fun watching these guys race. And for all of us here. For Rice Motorsports TV, we want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week, and have a pleasant evening.